Hi, welcome. My name is Emma. I'm the CEO of LongHash Ventures. We're a blockchain-focused accelerator and investor, and it is my honor to host the Green Shoot session for HashKey Group. And join me today, we have Deng Chao, who is the head of investment of HashKey, and we also have James Chu, who is the CTO of Platon, which is a privacy-preserving computing protocol, and it's also a portfolio company of HashKey Capital. So I want to give 1 minute for each of the panelists to quickly introduce themselves. Over to you, DC.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deng Chao. I'm taking care of our group's investment in the blockchain space. HashKey Capital and the bigger HashKey Digital Asset Group is a specialized investor and ecosystem builder in the blockchain space. We've been in the blockchain space for over 6 years, invested in over 200 projects globally. It's really a pleasure to join today and share our observation of this early stage industry.
Thank you, DC. Welcome to join us. And James, would you like to quickly introduce yourself?
Thanks, Emma. My name is James Q, CTO of Platon. So we are working on a mission to develop a large-scale distributed interoperable computational network that supports the expansive economy activities and broader business applications. It will empower users to collaboratively harness the value of data and benefit from the data value transactions throughout, while the data sovereignty and privacy are still in their control using a lot of cryptographic algorithms. So we are very strong at this one, try to build up the infrastructure in the whole HashKey group.
Welcome, James. So over the next 20 minutes, we're going to use this opportunity to introduce to you what is HashKey Group, what is the investment mandate and track records of HashKey Capital, as well as use the opportunity to deep dive into what Platon is building and what is their vision. So HashKey Group is really the international blockchain technology innovation unit affiliated with Wanxiang Blockchain Group. It's a privately owned industrial and financial conglomerate with more than $20 billion revenue. And Wanxiang Group's business spanning from industrial solutions such as electric vehicle manufacturing to agriculture and natural resources such as renewable energy infrastructure and to all sorts of financial services covering banking, brokerage, trust, insurance, and fund management. It's one of the largest privately owned business in China, and it has more than 40,000 employees. And the journey of blockchain for HashKey Group really started back in 2015. Wanxiang Group is the first to start non-profit blockchain research lab in Asia. It's also the first to fund a blockchain-focused VC, namely Fenbushi Capital, back in 2015 with $50 million investment. And fast forward to 2018, HashKey Group was formed with the vision to provide a fully compliant group infrastructure to cover digital asset service in Pan-Asia area. And the three key pillars of HashKey Group business includes digital asset market infrastructure, venture capital investment, as well as blockchain technology solutions. Under digital asset market structure, they have licensed brokerage, OTC trading, as well as asset servicing and payment services such as wallet, staking, as well as custody, and also investment and research units. And HashKey Capital is one of the largest licensed asset manager focused on blockchain investment. It has more than $200 million AUM as of today. And last but not least, over the last 2-3 years, there has been tremendous momentum that has been built across all the industry use cases. As you can see, we've identified 5 key use cases here. The first one is SME trade and supply chain finance, where there's collaboration between DBS, BAIC, and Wanxiang Blockchain Lab. As well as smart city data infrastructure, which is a research effort between MIT and Wanxiang Blockchain Lab, all the way to provenance and traceability. So of course, the HashKey Group is led by a group of blockchain experts as well as finance veterans. So Dr. Xiao, who is a vice chairman and executive director of China Wanxiang Holding. He's really the founding father of HashKey and extremely well known in the blockchain ecosystem. And Michelle Lee, who is the executive president, he has more than 20 years of investment banking experience with UBS. And TF Chen, who is the head of Singapore and Southeast Asia, he brings more than 20 years of experience in global investment markets as well as asset management from his work with BNP Paribas. So without going into details of all the professionals and experienced veterans that HashKey managed to assemble over the last couple of years, I hope you have a relatively good idea about what HashKey is about and what HashKey is set out to build.
Thanks very much, Emma. HashKey Capital is the investment arm of a HashKey digital asset group and the bigger HashKey and the Wanxiang blockchain ecosystem. This slide is a overview of what we did over the past 2 years. Actually, we have looked at over 1,000 projects globally and invested in over 50 of them. Crossing 9 different countries and regions. We started with the AUM of $92 million. Now, with the recent rally in crypto prices, we have more than doubled the AUM. We are a research-driven investor, so we put a lot of efforts on the research side. We released over 20 industry research reports. Some of them are in English, some of them in Chinese. We also have done some joint research program with traditional financial institutions like Citigroup and Nomura Research Institute. I think what makes us, HashKey Capital, special, what brings us our advantages are that firstly, we have a very good deal flows because of our early involvement in both the blockchain community and in traditional industries. Many projects or founders, when they want to do a project, they first think of us, and we're always their first to call. Second is that we adopt very rigorous investment process, and also we adhere to high criteria to screening and selection of projects. And thirdly, after our investment decision, after we made an investment in a project, we will try to help the project to grow and succeed, and help them connect with all the necessary resources and networks that are very helpful for them to grow and succeed at the end of the day. So here is some of our selected portfolios. We made our first investment in the Ethereum project back in 2012. Back in 2015. And recently, we invested in great projects like BlockFi, Blockfolio, and also other projects that are in our portfolio are Lightnet and Platon, Kava, Akala. These are all star projects in their area. Like Platon is the best project in multi-party computation and privacy preserving. Lightnet is bringing the banking services to those immigrant workers in Southeast Asia. Kava and Akala are great projects in the DeFi area. This slide shows our overview of the blockchain ecosystem. Unlike many thesis-driven investors in a space, we adopt more longer-term and holistic view of the blockchain ecosystem. We see the entire blockchain ecosystem in 4 buckets: the underlying infrastructure and technology, and above that is protocols that are trying to improve the capacity, scalability, interoperability, and all those capacities. And on top of the two tech layers are applications. It could be crypto native applications like the DeFi in lending, stablecoin, etc. It could be also the application of a blockchain technology in traditional industries, like Emma mentioned earlier in supply chain finance, provenance, etc. What we see recently in the past 2 years is the rise of blockchain related assets or crypto as a new asset class. And this space is evolving more and more like traditional finance. There are infrastructures and also financial services on top of all this crypto financial infrastructures. So when doing investments, we unlike thesis driven investors, we trying to identify and invest in blockchain projects that fit into our holistic investment strategy or investment method. Because we are based in Asia, so we have very unique and sometimes exclusive access to great projects. Here are some example. I mentioned Platon and Lightnet. There are recently we released our investment with the Round Dollar project. It is initiated and supported by the ex chief of Hong Kong's central bank. Also, earlier this year, the Ant Chain, which is a subsidiary of the Alibaba Group, on their first batch of collaborators, partners in the blockchain space, of all the four of their partners, actually three of them are our portfolio companies.
Thank you, DC. Very impressive track record out there. And I'm sure over the next couple of years, which is we're in a cusp of mass adoption for blockchain technology, it's going to be super exciting for HashKey Capital. So next up, I want to invite James, who is the CTO for Platon.
So Platon, with the private computing as its core competitive capability, is under some fundamental analyze and sorting, because most business organizations cannot put their, for example, client data, user data, or any sensitive business data onto any third-party centralized platform. That will make blockchain with cryptographic capability to be a potential network infrastructure. So blockchain is changing everything right now. So we see this happening. It has lots of landing use cases, and blockchain is open sourced. So business organization can really audit, look into the code, look into the platform, and then trust it and make sure all the security is got protected. So that will be the key to get blockchain with private computation capability to be really use it in our business. So on top of blockchain, we can use this cutting edge cryptography to perform common computing on multi-party data, while ensuring that data from either party will not be leaked. So that is based on our in the past many years, at least 4 years deep dive in the cryptography industry. So that's why we always talking about we are building up a new generation of financial infrastructure, and Platon's take is privacy computing is always the core of our R&D and also within our projects.
That's absolutely true. I think as blockchain technology becomes more and more widely adopted by financial institutions and help to rewire the financial architecture, I think the demand for privacy preserving is just going to become a more and more pressing need. I realized you guys just launched the Alaya, which is the Platon's meta network most recently. Would you like to provide us with a bit of color in terms of what is Alaya trying to achieve and what's the roadmap around this?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, our foundation, LatexX, is based in Singapore. It founded in July 2018, so 2018. So Alaya is one of its roadmap. It's our recent milestone. So what is Alaya? It's a kind of it's the mirror of Platon. So everything from technology, fundamental stuff is exactly the same as Platon. We call it Platon's meta network, and it went live on October 24. It's officially entered application verification stage. From before, we call it as R&D and technical test network stage, and now with Alaya Live, we are already in the application verification stage. So that's where Alaya as a milestone, how important it is. So from other angle, we can explain is Alaya is the prototype and a business sandbox for the next generation of financial infrastructure. So why we call it is a business sandbox is because it's designed to provide open service for native financial dApps in distributed economies. So Alaya is designed to provide a secure, high performance, and a scalable distributed sandbox environment. So there are many people can use it. For fundamentally, for example, is the nodes. So they will provide the capacity, provide the capability to get the network running, to form the fundamental part of the community. And next layer will be the community developers. So developer will contribute, the apps will get new economy growing on top of it. And the third layer will be the data providers. Since Alaya and Platon, as well as Platon, we provide the data privacy preserving capability. So data provider will able to contribute data onto this distributed economy while their data still be kept with privacy. And all other kind of data consumers, right? So it's a data, we call it the participants. Thanks, Emma. Back to you.
Thank you, James. That's super exciting. I think for the audience who wants to find out more about what Platon is up to, what kind of real use cases or pilots that's happening, welcome to join us at our workshop sessions and HashKey Group's microsite. And thank you, James, and thank you, DC, for joining me for this session. Hopefully, we're able to give you a quick snapshot of what HashKey Group is about and what kind of ambitious vision we're building towards. And we'll see you next time.